Hi guys, welcome back.
Welcome.
Oh, have you missed me? It's been a few days, not long. Right, I'm doing a revisit, if you like, today. If any of you remember this one, if you see it, if not, there is a video up for this one. It's the toothpick holder. Okay, so that's the one I'm gonna do. And like I said, originally this wasn't my idea. I'd seen these toothpick, but I hadn't seen one that actually comes up and stays up and locks. So I made one of those. But I did have a little bit of a drama with it because, like me, I didn't take any measurements or do anything. And when I went to put my toothpicks in, they were too long. So I had to cut my toothpicks down a little bit. So I'm going to do another one of these today, but I've actually got a few measurements. Well, whether they're the right measurements, but I've got some measurements. So I'm actually going to do another one of these. It's not going to be the exact same size. I haven't got, well, pretty much I have got that slightly smaller wood. So I'm going to do another one, okay? And this one is going to fit the toothpicks. So I've already roughed these down. These are bits of
Laburnum? No?
It'll come to me in a minute. What? Yeah, laburnum. Yes.
Laburnum, yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
this is laburnum. Yeah. Now, I know what people think about laburnum, toxics and stuff like that, and it's toothpicks, but this is for demonstration purposes. It's the wood I've got, guys. If I had a nice piece of, I don't know, other wood, I would use it, but I haven't. I'm using this, okay? And that's what I'm doing. And I think it will be fine for toothpicks anyway. It's not going to be a problem. So, measurements I'm doing. Right. Well, my toothpicks, I've got these ones. These are bamboo, okay? So they're going to be panda friendly. Right. Bamboo ones. So they are 80mm long. So I'm going to be making this, the actual bottom part of this is going to be close to about 100mm. And then it's going to have the lid. I'm working around that sort of point, but this is meant to be big. It's not just a little toothpick holder you put in your pocket. This is like a table centerpiece. You can put that on your table, and it's a talking point because, you know, you lift it up and show them. Yes, it's good. It's a good thing. It has for us. That sits on this sits on our breakfast bar, and it does whenever people come round and they see it and they think, oh, that's nice, and you say, yeah, look, it's for, and they're like, oh, wow. Oh, well, yeah, it's good. So I'm going to go through the steps of making it again. Okay, and I'm not going to rush myself this time. I'll take my time and do things right. So, as I said, I've already roughed this down and I've put a tenon on either end. I'm going to do a little bit of a clean up on that before I part it off for the lid. Well, I've put a tenon on. I'm not going for total circle. I actually want these jaws to bite in a little bit. So tighten a quarter. I don't want to have to over tighten it. But that means the corners of each jaw just nip in. Makes it nice and tight. Keeps it really tight. It's the best hold for a hold. Okay. And that's it. I'm going to bring my twirly birdie bit up. Just to give me a little bit of support because we are quite far out. Okay, the actual piece I've got is 150mm. It's actually just over, if you include the tenons, it's nearly 6.5 inches. But this actual bit is 150mm here, so I'm going to be parting off at around about, I need 80, so I want sort of 10mm at the bottom, 10mm at the top. So around about 100mm I'm going to part for the bottom, okay? And that'll be for my pot. So what I'm going to do, so I've only roughed it down, but it is nice and smooth. I'm going to give it a little cut just to give it a clean up, just to clean it up, okay? Now, my 3/4 inch spindle gouge, no, it's not happening. It's not happening, okay? I ordered one. I looked everywhere for a 3/4 inch spindle gouge and you can't get them. I've spoken to phone Crown, I've spoken to Crown, no, they don't make one. Henry Taylor, they don't make one. And I saw one on the Robert Sorby. It wasn't from Robert Sorby, it was from a shop with all Robert Sorby. And the picture showed it and I thought, brilliant, right, so I ordered it. And when it come, it's not. It's the same as this basically, it's forged, it's pressed steel, so it's like this. It's a continuous flute and it has a tang. It's not round stock, okay, and it's not what I wanted, so I sent it back. I told them it's not what I wanted. They tried to blame me because the picture is just what's ever generated, you know, it's just a standard picture. I said, well, that's not the case. That's what I purchased, that's what I want. So anyway, it didn't work. So, but I have got a couple coming. I actually went on and I looked Thompson Tools in America. Okay, they do a 5/8, and I've actually just spoken to Doug Thompson this morning about it, and it's going to be sent out to me. So I'm getting a 5/8 from America. And I also then found one in the UK. Only one person has got them. I don't know what they're going to be like. I'm going to see when it comes. It should come tomorrow or the next day. And that's, again, a 5/8 spindle gouge. So that looks pretty good as well. So I'm quite excited about those. So I should have a nice big spindle gouge coming. So there you go. That's the update on that. So just keep a heads up on
Watch
that coming.
this space.
So I'm going to put my coffee down there for a minute, and then I should get some turning, because I'm really looking forward to getting 5/8, especially the Thompson one. I think that's going to be pretty good. Yeah, that's going to be very handy. But yeah, they don't make them here in the UK. So Crown Tools, I spoke to them. They said no, they don't make them. I said, but you make a 5/8 bowl gouge. Why not a spindle gouge? They don't do it. So there you go. Right, okay. I'm just going to use my spindle gouge, my 1/2 inch, because I don't have a 5/8, just to give a little bit of a clean up on this. Okay, I just want to clean the finish up. Got candles in the way, drop it down a bit. Right, I know there's a little bit here that I don't want to take the diameter down too much, but there's a bit of wood that's not quite as nice. It's a bit of a branch coming out of it. Well, I think I'm going to go with that. That's going to be enough there. I'm just going to bring this down a little bit because I've got a slight bulge there. Right, that's where my lid's going to be. Okay, so I'm happy with that. That's going to be my lid. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to mark this up now for my 100mm. I'm going to go 105 just to be on the safe side. Okay, so I'll go 105mm. I'm going to do a little bit of a pop on that. So I'm going to go in just above the line. Right, now I can go right through one pass, but I want to sand it first. I just want to do a little bit of sanding, because that's going to be my actual finish mostly. I'm going to sort out the bottom of it, but that's going to be pretty much it. Yeah, I've got this bit, I can feel it, but it's the end grain, it's where, as I say, there was a branch coming out of it. Right, okay. I'm only doing the one grit, and I'm going to be oiling this. Right. So I'll come in now, I'm going to back this off. I'm going to take that away and I'm going to part that off. So I'm just going to continue with my parting tool. It's going to vibrate a little bit. we go, that's off. Nice hard bit in the middle. That's it, that's all good. Right, okay. Got to clean this top up with my spindle gouge. I'll put a little divot in the centre there. So I'm going to drill down into that, okay? I'm not worrying too much about this top at the moment, but what I've got to do is get a... I've now got to get a mark, because what I've got to do, let me stop that for a second. You go over that side for me, darling. Because what I've got to do, right, on the inside of here, turned the plug off, didn't I, instead of the thing? Yeah. Right, I don't know whether you can see it, but in the side here, we've got a step, okay? And we drill down the sides. That's what does this. See these little dowels, either side, yeah? They go in, so it goes up and down, and when you come up to the top you turn it and it sits and it holds it. So that's how that works, okay? And that's what that is. So what I've got to do is get this in a diameter, okay? So in okay, the size of what my pot's going to be. And that's what I've got to mark up now on the front of this. So this is going to be for my pot. It's going to come out of this piece of wood, okay? So I'm going to mark this. I'm going to get a measurement of this, I should say. I'm not going to be taking this down much. But remember, this ain't going to be a tight fit. It's like the lid. When the lid goes on, the lid's not to be a pop fit, okay? It's not meant to be a pop or a suction, because it's not loose, it doesn't rattle, but you've got to be able to just lift it up with one hand. You don't want to lift it and the pot comes up with it, okay? You've got to be able to just lift it and go, and that's got to drop down nicely. When it goes back, it just drops down, okay? Right, I've got a dog down here. So
Buster.
what I'm going to be doing is marking this. Buster, come here.
Buster, go to Daddy.
Come here.
Go on.
Come here, come here, come here, come here.
Go on.
Come here. It was Daisy's turn the other day. You come and say, right, this is a pest, he's a nuisance. This is Buster.
Yeah,
say hello,
boy.
Buster. You say hello. Hi. Right, that's it, good boy. You're going to be a good boy, eh? And when he comes in here, his fur's a nightmare. If he gets all the wood shavings in him, it's a nightmare. Go on, outside you go. Right, okay, so get back to what I was doing. Right, so I've got my size, so I'm just going to transfer that onto the front of here like this, okay? And yes, you can use these calipers for it. They're not too bad. They don't dig in. They just leave a little mark, and that's all they've got to do. So I'm going to turn that on. Right, I can just see my mark, just see it there, and I'm going to pencil mark that. Now I can't see it. Is it that one? It's there, I believe. Yep, that's it. Okay, so that's my mark there. So that's for my diameter, for where my pot's going to go. Now what we've got to do is we've got to go over to the drill press and we've got to drill it. Okay?
Okay. Let's go.
So I'm going to take the wood out of here. Right, okay. And all right, for measurement purposes, because I know I've got to have 80mm for my sticks. So yeah, if I go to depth of a drill, right, I want to go down. Right, yeah, okay. So I'm gonna drill a centre hole just to help for hollowing. I'm gonna go down to just about that depth down there, leaving that bit for the bottom. Again, I don't want to go really thin with this stuff because it's got to sit on the table and it's got to just sit. I'm just going to take that little nub off the bottom of my bandsaw. Look, so that's going to go under there. So I've got a little nub there on the bottom, so I want that on. There we go, nice and flat. Right, so now I can stand that there. I'm going to do myself a centre hole. So I'm just going to use drill bits here, guys. Right, so I'm going to pretty much go the full length for that drill bit. Right, so I'm just going to be drilling that down for the centre. I'll bring this up a bit. It's a brad point bit. Right, just going to hold it. I'm only going light with it, so it'll all be alright. This is just a little centre hole. It's near enough centre. This is just to aid me when I'm following it, that's all. There we go, that'd be far enough. So stop that. Right, now, the reason for the circle is I want 2 8mm holes. Again, it's going to be pretty much the depth of the drill bit. Okay, so rise that up. Now clean that off. It should sit straight, and I want to be pretty much dead on the line. Okay, so there. Right, now first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get a, where's my, I've got a marker here, and I'm just going to put a line straight across. Like that, so I know I'm going to be dead opposite. Okay, we'll do it all by marking up. I've done it all off the cuff last time. I didn't measure nothing, I didn't check nothing. Slightly over, that's it, there we go. Right, okay. Right, if you're worried about doing this, guys, then, you know, you can put it in and clamp it up or whatever you want to do. Okay, I feel quite okay about doing it like this. He says probably going further out with that one than the other one. Yeah, they'll be all right. I'll get around it. Right, okay. So that's the drilling bit done. Drill bit's hot. Right, okay. So I'm back over to here. Yeah, I probably went a little bit to
one side.
To one side with that one, but it doesn't matter. They're going to be fine. They're going to be fine because that's just on that inside there. Right, okay. Pop this back in the chuck. There we go, tighten a quarter. That's all centered up again. Hole's not dead center, but it don't matter. It's just for hollowing purposes. That's all that's there for. Right, okay. Bring that down a bit. There, because it's a bit high, and we're going to start hollowing. Now, I'm just going to move these other pieces over here. And move my tail stop right back. Take this
Pointy
elbow stabber out. Right, and away we go. We're going to do some hollowing first. Right, so first off, I'm going to start off with just a standard box hollower. Just to open it up a bit.
if Amelia can guess what one you're going to go for next.
Oh, what tool? Yeah. You get a little bit of vibration. Don't forget this is end grain we're doing. So remember, you don't want to be trying to push in. Right, I'm going to just go over to a 14mm R2, okay? So I can just go in. Well, just stop and have a look at this for a minute. Just determine where my holes are. Right, I'm just coming into the holes there, so that's good. Right, and what I'm going to do is do my little step here first, okay? So I'm going to come down. Actually, this is an R2. I'm going to just go to the square. That's an R2 chisel. I want a square chisel. Coming into about there for the lid to sit just inside that, so you have a little step. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to take a little cut to clean up this edge. Right, okay. Right, I'm going to continue that hollowing now. Now don't forget, take your tool rest up a little bit because you've got to go down into that centre hole. And if you keep going straight, you'll push you over. You want to angle your tool down a little bit. Now I can't see nothing here. There I am. We're going quite a long way in, so I can't actually see anything in there, so I'm going to put my light on. And I hope I might be able to at least see where my hole is in the middle. Is that alright?
No.
Well, I can't do a lot about it.
It's very dusty here. Isn't
Yeah,
It?
well, it's because I'm going down on the end grain. I'm going to have to stop, hoover it out and see what's what here. Right, I've still got a little bit. I'm nearly, that hole didn't go as far as I thought it did, so we're doing all right though. Right, got to go in a little bit more on the side. Like I said, it pushes you over a bit, and this is an R2, so I'm going to go over to. I'm going to go for a 12mm bar now, because that's on a 10mm bar. I've got my long tool here that I can get right in. And to get into the centre, if you just go slightly on the squiff, you can get the centre started, okay, without going too much on a flat. So I've got to straighten the sides up. Remember, when you've got a square, be careful coming flat onto the bottom. Got a lot of dust building up in there. So if you can't see much, guys, I can't neither. I can't see anything. Right, we've got a nice flat bottom, but we've got to go deeper still. Right, we've got our holes coming here, either side there, so that's all right for our dowels. Clean some of that away. Right, okay, I'm probably going to have to go in with the 9mm for a bit, just to get the depth down on the centre. I can't push the flat of the square cutter straight on, especially on end grain there. It makes it a bit too grabby to do that. So I'm using the deep hollower in the 9mm. So this has got the 16mm round bar. Okay, so this is going to allow me to come down here and get that depth I want without too many problems. See, the beauty of this tool is I don't get no grabbing, no vibration. The only thing is I can't see nothing. Probably a bit high actually for this. Yeah, I'm getting caught on that middle bit. I'm too high, that's why. Way too high with that. That's better. There we are. Get the middle, there it is. Once I get that middle started, I had a bobble in the middle because I can't see it. Because I can't see it, I couldn't see how high I was. There it is. Right, let me see how deep am I. Right, a little bit deeper. trying to get that middle and I can't seem to get the middle. There we are, now we've got it. Right, okay, that should have me depth a bit better. This is quite deep, this, see? Oh, now I want to bring the tool rest up a little bit. Can't see nothing in there. All the sawdust keeps pushing me over. Let's have another clean out. Look at it. Right, okay, so I'm a little bit on the depth to go. Right, okay. Now, I'll get my tool rest set before I start the labour. So I'm a little bit high, but I should be alright. So I've just got to come in there and clean that up. That's alright. Trying to clean that bottom off. Shaking a little bit, just grabbing a little bit, that's all. Just as I'm coming to the bottom, there we are. I'm on the bottom, right, we're cleaning that out again. Just got to keep stopping and cleaning it out really. Now like I said, you can, I mean if you want to drill this out, you can drill it out, it's not a problem. It's just I don't like to do it. Right, now I've got 100 mil on the bottom of the pot, and I'm down at over 90, so I should have enough room there, I think. I'm going to go for a little bit more. I want a little bit deep. I want to make sure I've got enough room this time. Okay, so I'm not rushing it, guys. You know, if you want, you can always skip forward a little bit. But I'm going to go back in with the 9 mil. I just want to go a little bit deeper. Come on, stop it. I know what I've done, I'm a bit tired again, aren't I?
Oh yeah, because you used to...
Yeah, I didn't put the tool rest back down, look. Normally pretty good for doing my tool rest. want to do is get a little bit of depth here, that's all. Because there's that little nibble in the middle, and you can get that off. There we are, we're getting down there. Oh, come on. There's a bit vibrate. I'm going down, hitting the bottom with the cutter flat on end grain, and I'm, you know, I'm down that deep inside. There's quite a depth. Right, that's cleaned the bottom nicely there. I'm just dropping the handle right down low and then just coming up with it. That's all. It's when it gets the full side of the cutter and the full bottom of the cutter, that's when it does that little grab. So but it's nothing bad, it's not bad. Right, let's have a look at that and see what we've got. And then we've got to make sure we're parallel enough. Although there's room in there anyway. Oh yeah, we've got beautiful flat bottom, nice clean side, and that doesn't even need sanding, guys. The square is so good for doing that. It really is. Right, I've got to check on this, if this is going to fit here. No, I've got to go a little bit deeper, I think. Well, I haven't, because this is going to come down a bit anyway, so probably fits that end. Yeah, fits that end. Look, so that's going to be okay. I might just go a wee fraction, a tiny fraction down, just to give it a little bit more freedom, and that will be it. Everything's still running nice and true, so we've not knocked anything out of line or anything like that. So I'm just going to go for another little bit more off of this inside. So it's just going to push over slightly. Make it sound deeper. Alright. Right, there we go. Is that right down to the bottom? Yep. Right, so there we go. That's a nice, it's a nice fit. It mustn't be over tight because you don't want it to be fighting against you when you're lifting it up, okay? Right, I've got a little bit just down there. Whether those holes could have gone a little bit deeper, I don't know. No, I don't think so. They'll be alright. They went as deep as my drill bit could go, so that's all I could do about that. Let's see here, what have we got? Yeah, I should be able to go just that fraction more on this bottom. I think actually I've got a problem with the bar is hitting at the bottom of it, so just on the side we'll go to a 14mm R2. There we go. Come on. Be kind. Right, there we go. And this is now using the R2. Because the R2 has got the slight radius, it gives them a cleaner little finish on it. Right, that's that done. Okay, now I'm going to use my spindle gouge just to clean up this edge. There we go, that should be alright. Okay, that's all looking good. That's that bit done. So yeah, I'm looking forward to my spindle, because that spindle gouge I'm getting is going to be this size of bar, this 16mm like this, but a spindle gouge. So that's going to be really good. I'm looking forward to getting that. Right, I'm just going to do a little bit of a sand on this. Get rid of all this the Burnham. It's not very nice to Burnham.
It's pretty once it's turned.
Yeah. Right, just side on that with it. Right, okay. A little hand sand on the outside. Right. Now I'm going to come in and cut this off on the bottom. So we'll turn this light off for now. I don't need that. Now I will finish this by turning it round and mount it, but at the moment I'm gonna part it, okay? Right down at the bottom here. Right, that's it, I'm gonna saw the rest. I'm going to saw the rest of that off. Right, that should give us some nice colour there actually. There we go. Turn that off. Quite a nice finish on that. Right, so can we don't do it with a hand saw. You're going to scratch it and that inside. Right, that groove didn't quite go as deep as the other one, but it's not a problem. It's still going to hold absolutely fine. Right, so that's what we end up with. We've got our groove going down the inside. Okay, while we drilled the 2 holes either side, yeah?
Yeah.
Hang on, be back. You get the camera ready. Yeah. Right, okay. So we've got our holes either side that go down, and we've got our step here. And this is for our piece to go in like that, and that's going to sit nicely like that, okay? And then what we're going to do, we're going to turn the little pot that sits down in the bottom for the toothpicks to go in, and we're going to drill a hole either side to put the little dowels in so they follow up on those little channels there. Okay, that would have been nice if that one had been a little bit deeper. The drill bit sort of wandered out a little bit from that. I don't think that's going to be a problem. I think that there's enough for the dowel to go into that, so that's going to be okay. It's got enough of a groove, and this one's got plenty, and it's only going to go down and sit like that, so it'll be fine. Right, we've got that done.
Now we're going to finish the bottom of that before we go any further. And like I say, this might be a longer sort of video, guys. I'm not gonna rush this. Right, I've got my nice little recess to sit in there, so that's it. Tight but not over tight. There, that's going to be okay. All I'm going to do is just a standard flat bottom, nothing fancy on it. Just do it with the spindle gouge. Okay, so I'm going to put my mask on.
Going to use the 3/8 spindle gouge. Okay, with the nice swept back grind on it, the steep grind, I should say. Right, let's start her up. Just make sure it's not going to go nowhere. That's all good. Nice gentle cut. Good. There we go, I've got a nice little, yeah, I've got a nice dip in there, so that's nice. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just chamfer this in. Just give myself a little chamfer on that bottom like so. That's all I want to do for the bottom. Yes, quite right, I heard you. Whoever you was. Tuft extractor. I heard you shouting at me. There you go, it is on, look. Thank you. I don't know who you was. I could hear you. You can hear it here when I go over the sandpaper. It's where that end grain is, of the knot. Right, there we go. Just extract it off. Oh, put that there. Right, now then.
Oil it.
A little bit of food safe oil on there. You're going to use food safe just because it's going to be on the table, so it's not going to really matter. I mean, you know, it's not like you're eating out of it or anything. Right, yeah, that's that bit.
No, no.
So I
You had the lid on it.
I put the lid on. I had the lid on. It's okay. Yeah, that's that bit. It's just that piece there. It's where there was the bit coming out, but that's all right. Like I say, this is that's a nice finish actually. It's an ornamental piece anyway. Well, it's not ornamental. It's a demo piece, I should say. And I know, as I said, I know a lot of you guys say laburnum about its toxicness, but in all honesty, guys, if you saw Lisa's cooking, you'd say this would be the least of my worries.
He ain't kidding, guys. That's why I get you to cook, innit, darling?
Yeah, I'll take my chances with this. It'll be alright. That's what I say when Lisa gives me my dinner. I'll take my chances with it. Right there, we've got a bit of oil in there, and that's all looking nice. And that outside is all looking nice. Sorry, I'm a bit quick for you.
Inside is just, yeah, it's all dark.
Yeah,
And it's
okay.
dark.
Yep. That's all right, and that didn't need really sand. I've done that little tiniest little bit. It didn't really need it. The square is really good, and then the R2 that just gives it, and that's not negative rake. They're not. You don't need the negative rake ones for it. Just a standard R2 cutter is brilliant. It does a good job. Right. Okay. Now we're going to
Do the pot.
I think while I've got this chuck on, I'm going to do the lid.
Yeah.
I'm going to do the lid first on here, and we should get a match up with some of the grain somewhere on there. I don't know. It came off of there, so it should match up near enough. Right, I'm going to do the lid first. Right, okay. So the lid, as I said, it's going to sit inside, so it's going to have a little inside fit on that. It's going to be probably about 20mm lid, something like that. It's not got to be a big top. As I said, it's this, it's like that. So, and that's what it's got to do. It's just got to come up and go like that. So I'm just going to give enough. I'm just going to do. I did take that one up a bit. I'm going to more leave this one just flat and put the little bit there. So that'd be fine. We get that done. A little mouthful of coffee. Right, okay. Now let me just.
Maybe not.